covered in tattoos. Run it up, taking all the views. Stepping on place, feeling the fear. I know you feeling it in the air. Whole squad wearing all black. Motivation's looking real bad. We back to the bone. Raising a fire alone. We ain't never needed nobody. Give me 6 feet, this is my party. Ain't got no feelings, we heartless. Take a peek inside the darkness. Blow up the spot, then we running. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say.
Hello, everybody, and welcome. Sorry about that. So, doing our little countdown a little quicker tonight, a little different. Strick is in LA with his wife at a jazz festival, so it's just me tonight. So let me check all the streams here and we'll get to going right away.
Party till 5 in the morning. Do it again in the morning. Do it like we did this ride, man. I think the government watching. Minister perfect society. Struggling with my sobriety. Struggling with my anxiety. Are you feeling the insanity? Anger inside of me. There is a war in me. And it keep drowning me. Blinded by all of the vanity. Snakes all around and they rattling. Tell them to shut up the chattering. Blow up the spot, then we running. Ready or not, here we coming. Somebody better say a prayer for me. Tonight may get a little crazy. You can meet me outside, but you better buckle up. It's a wild ride. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild side. Hope you're ready for it now. We gon' be running your town. Oh, we ain't playing around. We gon' be shutting it down. Hope you're ready for it now. We gon' be running your town. Oh, we ain't playing around. We gon' be shutting it down. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild, wild, wild. Welcome to the wild side. Wild side.
All right, here we go. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Stream Show Live. And I'm your host, Brent Collins. Strick is actually out of town today, so it's just me tonight. I tried to get some co-hosts, and I got talked to 3 or 4 other people, and nobody could make it tonight. So this will be a short and sweet kind of show. We made a commitment to go live every Sunday, so even if someone was out of town. So I'm just going to go through some things that I found important this week, things that I was working on, and I'd like to see what everybody else thinks about it. Let's start off with a couple of things that I did this week. Let's see here. I'll share my screen if we can share it here. There. Hopefully you can hear me. Okay, so this is an audiobook that I listened to this week, and I'm actually going to listen to it again. It's called Effortless. Really, really great book. Kind of talks about a lot about what we do, right, in as far as streamers, and that working harder, working fast, working more, just putting in more hours. Sometimes it's okay to work smarter, not harder. So that's something that I'm trying to get better at myself. I think sometimes in this industry, especially as a content creator, it's just do more, do more, do more, do more. Feed the beast, feed the algorithm. You'll come out on top at the end, but I'm starting to realize that might not be true. Or if it is, maybe I don't have the 5 years to do it. So I want to, use smarts versus just willpower. So if you are a content creator, you should also follow. If you're on LinkedIn, please go over and follow Jim Louderback. Jim Louderback has a newsletter. It comes out once a week, all about inside the creator economy. Jim Louderback, if you don't know, started one of the companies that I tried to model a company after. It was called Revision 3. They were back in the day, had things like it was called Revision 3. It was an online internet television station, content creation company. Probably Dignation was the biggest one that they were known for. So there's some really good stuff going on, and he always kind of updates some of the coolest things that are going on. Like right here, paid subscriptions are coming now to TikTok, and you can get private chats, custom emotes, badges, and more. So the interesting thing about that, it'll be Twitch-like kind of bits and savings. TikTok adds a friends tab, so they also had a friend tab. So I see TikTok is making a real big move on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. TikTok is kind of is really, really, really pushing hard, and I know that a lot of people are a lot of those companies are pushing back. Shorts. If you guys are playing with shorts, I was doing a lot of shorts, but I pulled back because I thought that they were kind of dying. And one of the people that I really like to follow is Chris Ho. This is here. I gotta switch this screen. This is Chris Ho on the right, and he was just on the Film Booth YouTube channel. I watch a lot of YouTube. I watch a lot of other content creators, trying to see where all the trends are going. And basically, if you watch this one, YouTube Millionaire Reveals Money Making Secrets, and they do courses and they do a ton of stuff, and they really blew up with shorts. And there was a video I watched not too long ago where he said he was going to do nothing but shorts, and he was going all in on shorts. And in this episode right here, he actually says he's pulling back on shorts because he sees it's dying as well. So keep an eye on your shorts. Keep an eye on all your different things you're using. If you're a content creator, you're trying to, everybody's trying to blow up. Everybody's trying to get their numbers, trying to hit their marks. So look out there, do some research. Go to LinkedIn and follow some of these other creators. Watch some of these other creators on YouTube and try to get out of your niche. So like our niche is streaming. Everyone's doing the Rodecaster 2 and video cameras and radio or microphones. Try to get outside of the box just a little bit, and let's see who else, what else you can learn from other people. So that's one of the things I've been trying to do a lot. Like one of my favorites, I'll look him up here real quick, is, let me pull him up real quick. So this is probably one of my favorite YouTubers is, we gotta watch a commercial. Hold on. Stand by. Is Potato Jet. So Potato Jet's really interesting. If you want to watch camera reviews, he does a really great job. He really lets his personality through. This is the Airy Alexa 35, the new Airy Alexa. So anybody out there, we talk about gear all the time. This is a $70,000 camera. So this is a camera that you'd use to make films with. It's trying to mimic film. There hasn't been a new one in years. They kind of perfected the film look, and now they released a new one, but you're talking about $70,000. The interesting thing, when you watch some of these other shows and these other things that you learn, is Alexa decided not to chase after 6K or 4K. 6K or 8K. It's still 4K. It's still, they did some sensor changes because they're chasing color and film look. And basically they all said they're going with HDR because they feel like HDR can be blown up and kind of outlast anything in the future. But that you didn't really need to, 4K was too much. It was too, it wasn't efficient. So Alexa, who makes, almost all your movies are going to be made with this camera, they're not going after 8K or 6K because it's just, you're not getting that much for what you have to do, right? So the storage gets more expensive, everything gets more expensive, but you're not getting really that much quality out of it, or you're not be able to replay that good of quality. So I thought that was very interesting, as we start trying to chase cameras, we chase pixels, but let's look at the industry and what the industry is doing. So Alexa is going to stay right there at 4K. So I thought that was very, very interesting and very telling if you are following that kind of production gear, because I think that we're all going 4K here, streaming, YouTube, a lot of times you're not even going to be able to stream it at that rate, but we're trying to film it at 4K, but I think we're doing pretty good at 4K. All right, so it's a weird Sunday. Like I said, Strick is not here, and I don't see anybody watching. Anybody joining me? So we'll probably I got 4 people watching, so chime in and say hello. If it doesn't look like anybody going to join, we might make this a short, very short show. Hope everybody's had a good week so far. I know Strick, like I said, he's in LA. I know last weekend he went to Orlando. Thank you to everybody that said a shout out to me from the Orlando event that I couldn't go to. So thank you very much for that reel that he put together. David Harvey, what's up to the family? All right, what's up, David? How are you doing? I'm gonna put that up there. Scale this up real quick. There we go. There we can see that. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, David. If you have any questions, let me know. Like I said, it's a strange show tonight. I don't really have anything pre-planned. I tried to think about some other things to talk about. Tried to get some guests last minute. Tried to get some guest hosts, but it was just a lot of people were busy this week, and a lot of graduations, a lot of trips, a lot of family trips. So summer's always a challenge. When you try to stick through it all, and we're going to stick through summer, which last summer we took a break, but we just keep on keeping on. I'm trying to think of anything else interesting. So my job is taking, for those of you who don't know, I am the content creator. I took a content creator job at our public library. I built a huge studio, and haven't really got to use it a lot, but I did get to use it this week. I had a set up for 4 people. Then I ended up doing 6 people. So I made 6 people work in my studio. So I'm happy with the way I set up my studio. I got a lot of pieces, parts that I can move around and shift. So that worked really, really well. Let me see if I can pull that up. I don't know if I can. Let me see here. Because it was just an internal message, and we unlist those. So, but I have access to the account, so maybe I can find it real quick. I'll show you guys real quick what it looked like. Let's see, content. Here we go. I can pull it up. Let's go over here. So this was just an internal message between our admin staff, our director, HR, security. We're talking about gun violence and a lot of the things that are going on. Everybody was a little bit worried, so we put out an internal message and was able to use my set and 3 cameras. So there's my talk show set that I have built. I decided to do it here in the talk show set because I needed to be a little informal, just more relaxed. It was a kind of a deep conversation about gun violence and things that are going on and how we'd respond if there was an active shooter. And so we had the wide shot with everybody on the couch. I had tight shots of, I thought it was going to be 3 people. So I had it all figured, pretty much figured out, but they threw 2 more people. So I had a tight shot of the ladies on the couch. And then I had 2 other gentlemen with me. They had to share a microphone because I only have 4 inputs on the Rodecaster, which I'm going to have to figure that one out. And so I just, kind of going between all of those. There's still a lot of lighting and things I want to do to this studio setup, but I hadn't got to try it yet. And I was happy with the way it worked out. I was happy that I was able to move. If you'll notice here, I've got the arm for the SM7B for my guest or for my speaker there. And I like the way that looked. I just mounted it to that table. And then I have some Sony wired lapels for them. And then on the 2 gentlemen against the wall, I had the MV7, but I ended up going with the SM7B last minute. And this could be a better setup, but, like I said, it was like a last minute thing. Hey, I want to do this in an hour. But I pre-planned a lot of stuff, so the studio works out pretty good. So I was pretty excited about that. I'm doing a lot of video production. Well, not even editing or anything yet. They're just having me go into a lot of events. So I've been recording a lot, shooting a lot on the FX3, and I love that camera. I think it's really, really cool. So far, I've got the FX3 and the Rode Wireless Go and a Rode Wireless Shotgun. The Rode Wireless Go 2s and the Rode Shotgun. So I switch between those 2 depending on the situation. And so far, I've been super excited with that camera. And my studio is going great. I got a couple SM7Bs, a couple MV7s. Have some Sony wired lapel mics. Let's see what else. I still need to do some dressing up the set and do some LED lighting and color lighting. But right now it's just trying to get what we need to do every day done. So I'm getting ready to do a show there. We're going to do a bi-weekly show called The Table of Contents, which will be like a podcast for the library where we can kind of inform the public what's going on. I kind of want to run it like a morning show where we'd have a rundown for what's coming up, have different people come in, guests. So I need to start producing that show and kind of putting it together. I'll be one of the hosts. So I'm excited about that. That'll be interesting, and I'll send a link to everybody. And, it's a challenge to do that. Let's see what else. I actually got a call the other day. I might be going on a live stream. I might be packing some stuff up and doing a live stream. Someone is looking to hire me to do a live stream for them. And then I actually heard from an old boss that I had in TV. He might be wanting to do a live show again. I did a live show for him in broadcast TV. He said he wanted to do his show again, and I said, why do it on TV when we could do it on YouTube? And he's in Florida, I'm here, and kind of talking him into doing that, so I might be producing that show. And hopefully those are for paid, so these skills come in very handy. Another thing I'd like to talk about real quick, if anybody else is still watching, is, the market, not the market, but I guess the world, where we're going. I've seen a lot of the traffic on YouTube and some of the other streams that we do is starting to take a hit because I think a lot of people are back at work. People are, out again. They're shopping. They're going to events, going to ball games. We're competing against a lot of things now. If you think of all the cool things on TV like Obi-Wan Kenobi and the other things, you're competing against all that too. So I have seen a few numbers drop. I think that from the things that I watch and the things that I listen to, I think it might be headed towards a recession and things are going to kind of get a little wonky going into fall. So be prepared for that. Start preparing your content. I don't know how you guys are all making your money. I have a full-time job, but I still need to freelance. My freelance jobs have picked up. But as I look back, the very first, or the Great Recession back in the mid 2000s, I had my own ad agency with my wife, and we did the most work that we ever did during that time. So if you're into marketing and advertising and content creation, and even though you might see a downturn in the market, we might see an uptick in what we do and what skills we do, because typically a lot of people cut back on advertising and marketing dollars when things are good, and then when things get bad, they start really getting back into the marketing and advertising. And content creation is just one of the biggest forms right now of marketing and advertising. You've got to make that content, whether that's YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all these skills that we're learning from live streaming or live to tape, which I use a lot for Ecamm, can come in handy during hopefully, I don't want to see a recession, but if it does, hopefully we'll see an uptick in what our skills, what we can deliver, advertising and marketing, and like I said, content creation for that is going to be important. But yeah, so we had a few people with us tonight. Thank you again, David Harvey. I'm looking here we got one person watching. So I'm going to make it short tonight. Like I said, Strick was out of town. I couldn't get another guest last minute, so I apologize for that. But we're going to make the show short and sweet. Everybody have a great week this week. Keep streaming. Keep working hard. If you have any questions or comments, please come to the streamshow.live. You can leave questions there if you want to be a guest on the show, or leave a message here on Facebook. We would love for you to subscribe and click that bell notification and know when we go live. And I thank you for watching the Stream Show, and we will see you next week at the same time.